Thank you all for coming out tonight. I was thinking about a social issue that I wanted to bring up, and with everything that's been going on in the past year, I've really felt that people have crossed a thin line between protesting and rioting. I feel that people definitely have their right to speak their mind, to be able to stand up for what they believe. But I feel that as soon as you cross that line of damaging property, hurting others, or even stopping traffic, I feel that all of these things should not be protected under the Constitution, the First Amendment of the Constitution. To support my opinion, we saw that post-election of this past election, right afterwards, we saw that people took the streets, causing tons of problems. We've also seen that in Dallas with the shooting of the 5 cops. That's something that has gone over that line. And lastly, the desecration of the American flag are 3 things that I feel that are examples as why violent protesting should not be covered under the First Amendment. To begin, on November 9th, we saw that Donald Trump was elected president. Now, not many people thought he would be president. And quite honestly, most people my age and other people felt that Hillary Clinton needed to be president. But what I don't agree with is what happened afterwards. As you can see here, as reported by the Washington Post, CNN, all these news channels, we can see that property was damaged. Here we see flames. Flames in the street. And later on, you'll see that there's people marching, and there's nothing wrong with people marching and standing up for what they believe, but look at the catastrophe that was caused in different cities. All of these people gathered together just because they didn't like a president-elect. Now when we move back in time to Dallas, the Black Lives Matter movement is one that, sure, the ideology is great. We want equality, we want peace. But the people that support it, as we saw in Dallas with the shooting of the 5 cops, that's violent. To go and bring your message across that cops are brutally attacking citizens, that's not, to go and do that, that's not correct. Lastly, a common theme among these protests is the burning of the American flag. And for me as an American citizen, that flag means something. It means that there are people that have sacrificed their time and their lives to be away from their families to go and protect this country. Sure, we're not a perfect country. There's things that we need to work on. But it doesn't mean that we should go and disregard the time and the efforts of these people and families that are protecting this country. Now, currently the American flag can be burned as a sign of protest. It is protected. But I feel that to go and do that is sending a message that we shouldn't be sending. Let's stand up for what we believe, but let's not violently do it, and let's not go and burn the symbol of this country. In conclusion, I believe that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did a great example of how we should protest. He saw an issue, and he went out, and he gathered the people, and they spoke. He went to all these different cities, and he spoke. Not once did he lift a finger. Not once did he go and tell his supporters to lash out. There were other parties that wanted civil rights that did violently do so, but guess what? They didn't win in the end. Let's go and let's push forward for peace. Let's go, let's speak our minds. But I do feel that we shouldn't do so violently and that it shouldn't be protected by the Constitution of the United States. Thank you so much for your time. God bless America.